Hey everyone, we are back with another video. This time we are reviewing the new Fairy Tail Dragon Card movie that just has been released today.
While I go ahead and play Sonic Mania.
Yes, and ruin the whole thing.
Yes, completely ruin the whole damn thing.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the fact that Chase knew little to nothing
I would go with nothing.
about Fairy Tail.
I would go with nothing.
And I absolutely he chose to come along and watch this glorious movie.
He glued me to the damn chair at the theater and people looked at him really weird.
That didn't happen. You ran in there because you were so excited.
Lies.
It's not a lie.
But what can we say that's actually truth about this?
That it was totally worth the money. And all my excitement for Fairy Tail was completely came true.
Oh yeah? So what was your... I'm trying to, I guess, not spoil too much, but what was some of your favorite, like, I don't know.
You have to give me a little something more than that.
Well, I'm trying to, like, without spoiling too much, like, what was some things, like, you really liked about it?
Juvia gags. Loved the Juvia gags. And Gray taking his clothes off, of course. That
Yay!
Has to be in there. Now, I like the fighting a lot. They did their music on point as usual. It was pretty well paced for the most part. There was a couple parts that were kind of a little fast, but not bad. I mean, hour and a half long movie, they paced it pretty well. I think before I really say anything, I think you should comment on it since you don't know anything about Fairy Tail.
Well, yeah, I don't have... Ouch. I have no clue about Fairy Tail at all. He wanted me to go with so he can have someone to go with, and I'm like, yeah, why the hell not? And from what I could see, and like I said, I don't really know much, but I felt like I understand a little bit about what's going on, so it didn't feel like it was a complete loss where I was like so confused. I'm like, huh? Even though there are still some parts I'm just like a little confused, but overall, I thought pacing was pretty good from what I could tell, you know, with the action scenes, and when you kind of slow down to like have exposition and stuff, it didn't feel like it was, oh my god, why would you do that? Why, like, can you go a little slower please, or a little faster? You know, it just felt like the pacing was pretty good.
Yeah, it was well timed,
yeah,
for the most part. And the one thing I was worried about is how many Fairy Tail members were going to be a part of it, because Fairy Tail has a big cast and reasonably sized. I thought a couple characters. I didn't really see why they were in there for the most part, but it was what it was. I guess it didn't take away from anything, but it didn't necessarily add either.
Fair enough.
But it's kind of hard to say a lot without it
Spoiling too.
royally spoiling everything. But I guess the biggest thing is, like, if you thoroughly enjoy Fairy Tail the series, you'll probably love the movie.
And I think if you go into it with a little bit of like some detail of Fairy Tail, like you've heard of it before, I think you might get some enjoyment out of it. I did, even though there's still like some things I didn't understand. But it didn't feel so confusing. Like, there's other movies I've seen that I had no clue what I was getting into, and I felt really confused. This one, I felt like it was okay. Because for one thing, I'm pretty sure this is obviously non-canon.
Some stuff in there was canon.
Okay.
Some. Like, that was the one thing I was worried about. Alright, how much are they going to spoil?
Right.
What are they going to show? How far into canon are they going? And it was reasonable. A couple things I was kind of surprised they brought up. So it was a little just surprising, I guess, because I just never thought they would bring up a few of the things, which you don't know what I'm talking about since you haven't seen the series, but
right.
we'll get to it.
Right. So the way I'm gonna try to judge this, I'm just gonna judge it based on just entertaining wise. Did it bore the hell out of me? Stuff like that, and where Spirit over here will probably go into more detail, like how it fits into the world of Fairy Tail. I think that just makes the most sense. So overall for me, I just felt, I was entertained. I was not bored with it at all. It did keep my interest, and it makes me actually want to watch the series. And I'm curious to...
Goal accomplished, yes!
His goal was accomplished. He was trying to make me to feel interested in seeing if I will enjoy it enough to actually watch the series, and I think it did that. It made me curious about these characters that are in there, learn a little bit more of their backstory, and yeah, it got me interested. So I think mission accomplished for me.
Alright, and I guess for me, I'll go through it with categories.
Sure.
For the most part. Music, I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10.
I'll probably get... You're breaking shit in our apartment here.
Shit.
If I have to... Oh my god. Okay. If I have to give it the music a score, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I thought the music worked really well. Some things but overall... overall, the music fit very well for the most part. So I had no problems there. And I'd like to listen to the soundtrack more.
And say what anyone will about Fairy Tail, whether you don't like the story or the characters or whatever, the one thing they've always gotten right is music. By far, their music always fits what the characters are doing, and it never really feels out of place. Plotline, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. There's a couple things I wish they could have changed, and maybe we'll make a spoilers video.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow, not tonight, because I'm too tired.
Yeah.
But I will give the story 8 out of 10. There's a couple things I would have liked to have changed to make more sense, and a couple things I wish they would not have put in there.
I guess for plot, I'm trying to go with just how it went overall, because I don't know Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail very well enough to really judge it on how it did based on the show, but as a story put together and plot, I think it did what it needed to do. It got people in, and it just...
The crowd loved some of the jokes.
Oh, some of the jokes, even if I have no clue about the show, they were funny as hell. Especially with Happy.
You have so much to look forward to with him.
I know. I really like Happy in it. And I'm sure he is more of the comic relief in the actual show.
They're all comic relief.
They are, but I feel like he had probably the most comic relief of them all.
That's fair.
But I loved his character and stuff, and just one thing that he did in there, I'm not going to spoil, it was really funny to watch it.
Alright, next. Animation. For me, it's fairly typical for Fairy Tail. I'll give it an 8. There was nothing bad about it, nothing super great. It was what you would expect from a Fairy Tail anime.
Coming from a guy who had, like I said, no Fairy Tail experience here, I think the animation was alright. I feel, especially for this time period now, where animation's getting a lot more... what's the word? I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. I feel like a lot of the animation is getting a lot more fluent and stuff. I feel like this animation's kind of going more back to the early, not necessarily early days, but I don't know. I mean, it looked nice and stuff, but I think it could have looked a lot better. I don't know why it didn't really pop very well for me watching it on the big screen. But
Fair.
I mean, I guess for people who probably like the show, I don't think that really necessarily matters. So, I mean, I think they got what they wanted on it, but I think that it could have looked a little bit nicer for being on the big screen. I feel like some of the animation didn't look top-notch and stuff, but I don't think everyone's going into Fairy Tail just for the animation. So,
Definitely no. If you're watching anime to begin with, the animation should not be your top priority.
Right. So I guess I'll go ahead and give it a 7.5.
Alright, fight scenes I thought were, for the most part, well choreographed. None of them dragged on too long. None of them were really too short. But nothing outside of 1 or 2 fights was super, super special. So I'll give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for the fights.
For the fights, just going on other things I've seen. I felt like most of them are pretty good. Some of them I felt was kind of like, felt a little bit like Dragon Ball Z style when they were doing some fast action moments with the main protagonist in there. And I didn't personally like that. I felt like that could have been choreographed just a little bit better. But for the most part, I didn't see any harm in anything. It didn't feel like it was boring. A lot of the fights in there were very entertaining, and yeah. So I'd probably give it 8.
Alright, 8. And let's see, what else am I thinking of here? Well, I don't think I can really put another category in. So, final scores. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 with a recommendation that you see it in theaters while you can and to buy it upon release, depending on the price. And a reasonable price is about 20 to 25 bucks if you want to buy it on Blu-ray when it eventually comes out.
Alright, my final score, I'm probably gonna give it a 7.5 for entertaining movie-wise. I feel like that obviously you're gonna enjoy a hell of a lot more if you understand it more. But as a person who's never seen it before, never really heard about it, it was an entertaining flick. It got me to laugh. It got me into the action. Got me into the story. It makes me want to see what else is there to it. So I think it was successful in that regard. So yeah, I think overall 7.5 is pretty fair.
I mean, if you love Fairy Tail,
see it
like I do,
automatically.
There's no choice. You have to go watch it.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I'm sure Funimation eventually, which holds the license for the Fairy Tail dub, I'm sure they'll eventually put it on there. They have with the other movie.
Yep.
So catch it now while you can. And I think that's it for right now until our next video.
Yeah, I definitely say, why not? Why the hell not? Go see it. It was nothing harming, to anyone, just to see with your buddy who's more of a Fairy Tail fan, or you, and it might actually pull you in and make you want to look into it more. So there was really no harm in it. It didn't make me feel like, oh, why did I go see this at all?
No, because now your eyes have been opened to the glory that is Fairy Tail and Gray and Jugia memes.
Right. So yeah, I would definitely say, see it. Don't probably expect a lot. I mean, it's kind of hard to expect anything when you haven't seen the damn thing before. But, for an animation movie, it was entertaining.
It was amazing.
I don't know, amazing would be the word, but it was definitely.
Hey, I've been excited about this movie since its announcement.
I know.
And it was worth the wait, damn it.
Ouch. Yeah, so I'd say, why the hell not give it a shot? It was entertaining.
Alright, so once again, repeat our final scores before the end of the video. I'm giving it an 8 with a recommendation that you see it now and buy it upon Blu-ray.
7.5 for me for non-thing. I'll probably push it to an 8 for people who probably like Fairy Tail, because from also the I'll say the people who came in and saw the movie, I'm sure most of them seen Fairy Tail and enjoyed it. And we also talked to someone after the movie and stuff, and they said that it was really good to them too. So, if you like Fairy Tail, see it. I don't feel like there's anything in there that you're going to be like, oh god, why did they do that? Nothing to the extent like they did with the, M. Night Shyamalan with the Airbender movie or something like that,
We're not talking about that.
Well, I'm just giving that as an example. There's nothing in there that's going to harm you that goes, oh shit, why did you see that? Or if you really want to go to animation, like animes type, the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. So
Tell me about that.
shut up. It's just getting my point across. I don't see there was any harm. I feel like that it did what it needed to do, and it was successful at what it did, and made me interested. So I feel like they did good. So 7.5, and then if you're a Fairy Tail fan, I'm sure I'll push it to like an 8, 8.5.
Alright then, I guess with that I am Spirit.
I am Chaser, and we will see you for the next video, which will be a lot of Super Mario 64. And we will definitely be starting up our next Let's Play soon, which I don't know if we fully decided what we're going to do. For the next
Nope, we'll talk about it right after the video.
That sounds like a plan to me, so I actually kind of want to just keep going for a minute to see if I can actually beat this damn thing. This is actually kind of
Hey,
entertaining.
no, this isn't a Sonic Let's Play.
Hey, it's entertainment. Oh god. This is death.
Chaser!
This is death. This is freaking death.
Chaser!
What?
End the goddamn video!
No! Okay, I'm done. See you guys next time.